If you're watching this video, you probably want to know how to build an extremely low budget terrarium, or you just like my videos and wanted to watch more content. But really, it would be great if you like and subscribe to this channel, as well as comment on your feedback on this video, so I can continue to make new content for all of you people on the internet. Now, let's get to it. Step 1. Find your container. In my opinion, the bigger the container, the better, as you can do more with it. But really, anything moderately airtight will do. Obviously, the container will have to be see-through on most, if not all, of its sides, so you can not only see inside, but also so it can get all of the natural light it needs. You can even use old plastic bottles for this terrarium, but we will be using a jar for this video. Step 2. Add your drainage layer. Terrariums can have many layers of materials, but this one is one of the most important other than your substrate. The drainage layer can consist of gravel, clay balls, river stones, even aquarium gravel, etc. etc. This layer allows excess moisture to seep and pool in the bottom instead of drowning the substrate, which could be dangerous to a terrarium. It could cause issues like root rot, mold, and drowning of soil creatures. Step 2.5. It's optional but recommended. This is a small layer of mesh wire, filter foam, or substrate separator. This will keep your substrate from falling into your drainage layer. I've not done it in mine because I wanted to do my terrarium completely for free. Step 3. This is where things get fun. If you like digging in dirt, that is. I guess just like me. Your best bet for a good, bioactive and healthy substrate is going out to a forested area where there is a good source of water nearby and it's in the shade. Try to find some soil that's not drowning in the water, but close enough so it's still damp. This is where all the small soil creatures like worms, grubs, isopods, springtails, etc. thrive. Step 4. This is my favorite part. The collecting of the resources and building of the terrarium. The first thing you're going to look for is some small, good-looking bits of woods and rocks. This is called your hardscape and is always the first thing you put in a terrarium. The next thing to collect and put in your terrarium is your plants. If you've found a nice little undergrowth area like this, there'll be most likely a lot of small plants and a lot of moss. Collect some of these small plants and be careful not to damage their roots as you dig them up. A small spade or whatever this thing is will definitely help. The final thing to add to your terrarium is your botanicals. As you can see in the time lapse, I added a good amount of small nuts, half a pine cone, and some crumpled paper bark. Another optional thing to do is add a bunch of different insects you found in the wild, like isopods, worms, and maybe even a spider if you dare. Just remember to not overload your terrarium with bugs, as they may end up killing the plants because there's not enough mold or dead matter for everyone. Now, that's most of the things I can tell you. I hope your terrarium turns out very well. But now, let's look at mine. After a couple of days of this terrarium being up and running, I think those are flowers, or maybe baby leaves growing on the main plant. I also managed to spot 2 grubs, which will probably turn into nice little beetles. Hopefully though they don't turn into giant plant-eating beetles that will consume the entire terrarium. And here's our main star of the show. This little jumping spider was found on one of the leaves when I was doing a leaf change for my stick insects, and I decided to put him in this terrarium. His reds are quite pretty, yeah? Whilst I was looking around the terrarium, I think I actually found another spider. It probably isn't the same one because it's, well, black, not red, but I have no idea how this guy got in here. Maybe he ridden on some of the botanicals or plants. I tried to pick him up because I don't want him hurting the other spider, but he kind of ran down into the substrate through some hole that I think he might have dug, and now I can't get him out without destroying the terrarium, so I guess he's in here now. I also popped in a couple feeder roaches for these spiders to eat. Please remember to like, comment and subscribe to this channel so I can continue making great content like this, and also remember that I am doing this all for free. Peace, love and ants.